Thank you, Mr. President. Now I would like to take a moment to read a few questions that we received from some of the Korean participants that are here today, and President Aquino will help us with the answers. Mr. President, we have 4 questions for you today, and here is our first question. Is there a possibility that the current constitutional restriction on foreign ownership of land in the Philippines will be revised during your term?
Currently, we're not looking at revising the Constitution, but perhaps in direct answer to the question, China is considered one of the most consistent in terms of growth for the past decade. And I understand in China, you are not allowed to own the land. So that doesn't seem to be a hindrance towards profitability and growth for any corporation. Thank you.
Thank you. Here's question number 2. What is the likelihood of the Philippine FDI negative restricted list being revised to allow for greater foreign equity participation in businesses such as retail and construction?
We are reviewing the items that directly can be changed, and we are going to be sponsoring or requesting the legislature to change or amend certain of these provisions to further review that negative list.
Thank you. This is our third question. The Korean government is in the process of finalizing FTA talks with Vietnam and Indonesia. The Philippines, a major trading and investment partner of Korea in ASEAN, is one of the growth engines of the region. Would the Philippines be amenable to exploring a bilateral FTA between our 2 countries?
Definitely, we are very interested in exploring this as well as in joining other free trade associations. We do believe that our growth cannot exist in a vacuum without our partners also continued growth. Then our growth also is tied with. Hence, it is logical for us to pursue all of these free trade agreements.
Thank you. And our final question for today. Your Excellency, we understand that this is your first visit to Korea. In the brief period that you've been here, will you share with us your impressions of this country?
Actually, it's my 3rd visit to Korea. And may I say that every time I visit Korea, it seems to have transformed itself. My first visit was sometime in the late 80s. If I remember correctly, it seemed like development was on one side of the Han River and the other side did not. Now I wonder which side I was on in the 80s because both sides seems to have been very populated and very well developed. So again, whenever we look at Korea, my father regaled us with stories of his stint here as a war correspondent. He talked about how desperate times then were. And to see and marvel at where you have come now is really an example for all other countries to emulate. And hopefully we will be able to imbibe and transmit to our people the very positive values that we see in the Korean populace and in your country and your government. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.